Welcome back. It is Ian versus Daddy Bones, episode non-applicable, and hopefully this is the last, if not second to last, episode non-applicable until I'm able to get back on my feet with Ian versus Daddy Bones, because update, I have been able to get a new laptop acquired, going forward, producing and editing all of my content related to Ian versus Daddy Bones and the Original Geeks podcast. I would like to think I should be getting that new machine within a week to 2 weeks, keeping my fingers crossed. But either way, once Ian versus Daddy Bones is back, I'm going to be mixing down and editing the episode 48 that I never got a chance to finish editing. And then going forward with this show, I'm going to be just picking up with episode 49, and that's probably going to take place starting in November. And to give you a sneak peek at November, on my left, your right, I have the WWE Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin figure that I'm going to be opening up. And to my right, your left, I have the Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, new Eternia Whiplash, who looks pretty fucking badass in that packaging. So I can't wait to open both of these up next month. However, for Patreon subscribers, I'm giving y'all Snake Mountain, and that is going to be the 1 year anniversary special. Originally, it was going to be episode 50. Then my computer fucking died. So, had me in a jam with my thumb in my ass for 2 weeks. Wasn't able to do my show. Having to do these little micro videos. And, I got to pay attention to my clock counter to keep this one a little short. Because apparently last week, Facebook wouldn't let me upload the last episode non-applicable, which is available on my Instagram account, and it's also available, I believe, on my Threads account, and it's available on the YouTube if you just want to go to the YouTube channel and check that shit out. And if you're not subscribed, since you're there, just click the subscribe button. Give me the number. I'm almost at 200, and yeah, I'm grinding that shit. But basically, I'm going to have my new machine, and it's going to take me like a couple of days to get that all set up, because I'm going to be honest with you, it's been a long time since I had to buy a laptop. Actually, the one that died, I've had for the past 8 years, and I bought it in 2016 for the purpose of, at the time, continuing the Original Geeks podcast until shit got nasty with my website, and it got all infected with malware and whatnot, and some shit that GoDaddy never told me about. But basically, the original version, my website for the Original Geeks podcast got completely fucked. So when I had to end the Original Geeks podcast, I was about to transition into a new project, which was basically like driving into a fucking tree. And I didn't make content for a couple of years. So now that I'm doing Ian versus Daddy Bones, that machine I bought back in 2016, I've really been putting it through its paces for the past year. And between my storage capacity issues on my laptop, I really don't know what to say. I backed up all my shit on the hard drive and and took it all off the C drive. But for some reason, the C drive is still telling me I don't have space available. And I'm like, I don't understand it. I just moved a 20 gigabyte folder of music and deleted it off you. Doing my math, that tells me I should have 20 gigabytes available, especially if I empty the recycling bin and restart my machine. And once the computer's back up and running, it should give me a current amount. And that's what's one of the issues. But, long story short, the new machine that I'm going to be getting, I will say, I had a Dell Inspiron. I'm sticking with Dell. I'm not sure exactly if it's an Inspiron. I'm not going to get into how I'm getting the computer, and no, it's not stolen or anything like that. And I decided to stick with the Dell because based on the Dell that I was looking at, it had Windows 11, so it's current. I'm not an Apple user. Dell, it's got Windows 11, and basically when it comes to storage RAM and overall standard slate hard drive capacity, I'm basically across the board, I'm getting 4 times of this, 4 times of that. So compared to my old machine, the new machine should make it a fucking breeze when it comes to editing and making and producing Ian versus Daddy Bones going forward, which honestly makes me really happy because I got a lot of shit planned for next year. Next year, we're going to be doing a lot of Mega builds. For those of you who don't know, Mega is like Mattel's Lego knockoff / competitor brand. And Mega has the Masters of the Universe, block building sets. And I had the Castle Grayskull. I had the Eternia Battleground. And I also bought a San Diego Comic-Con Castle Grayskull front that I built last year during the holiday season. It's available on Patreon. If you want to throw me $1, you can go check that shit out. So we're going to have mad mega building stuff going down next year in addition to Figs, WWE Superstars. Also too, not just Whiplash or Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I also grabbed the 1991 Mr. Perfect that comes with the Intercontinental Championship that he's going to drop the Bret the Hitman Hart. But basically going with the Mega Blocks, like I'm going to be doing builds next year, especially making that Castle Grayskull a fucking project now that I'm able to with the new machine. But basically, we're almost at the end of October, rolling into November, rolling in to December, then we're rolling into the next year. Basically, what I'm getting and stammering at is for all of my Patreon subscribers who fucked with me this year and decided to roll with me and take a chance and support the brand. Y'all threw $1. Y'all threw $5 if you wanted the Original Geeks podcast. Y'all been helping me build this shit. And if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, you completely missed out on the group chat that I sent yesterday, letting everybody know how thankful and grateful I am for all your Patreonage for the past year. And I had a lot of fun making the show and everything going on. But I also gave my Patreon subscribers a heads up that I'm going to be raising the price of the Patreon to $3 a month starting in January. And that's also going to include the Original Geeks podcast. So going forward with next year, it's going to be simply $3 a month to get the bonus content, your name in the credits, and 2 episodes of the Original Geeks podcast a month. So I feel that's fair for the $3 a month. And based on some of my Patreon subscribers getting back to me, it feels that they feel that is fair as well. So if you slept on me all year, laughed at me all year, but still want to support the brand, it's going to cost you $1 until the rest of the year. So if you finally want to throw me that $1 and check it out, you can see what you've been missing out all year and what everybody else has to look forward to next year. So with that said, I'm Ian versus Daddy Bones. Cheers, Pete!